Hey, what's up, stock compounders? Brad here. Today I want to mention a resource that I just got access to that I think will help you analyze businesses, value businesses. It's called the Corner of Berkshire and Fairfax, and it's a message board. There is a membership fee. It's 30 Canadian dollars, which works out to like 23 US dollars. And I just got access a couple of days ago, and I'm planning on using it to really help me break down Seritage growth properties, SRG, and also get a better sense of Micron, MU, and why Pabrai sees Micron as a long-term compounder. But I just want to share how I came to discover the Corner of Berkshire and Fairfax message board. So I actually wrote a note to Mohnish Pabrai, okay? It's right here. So I wrote a note to Mohnish, and he wrote back. And I sent it last year, March of 2019. And I had watched one of his lectures, and something really surprising happened in that lecture. It was in 2012, and he was kind of talking about shameless cloning and how there was a paper written about, if you had cloned Buffett, between 1978 and 2008 for 30 years, you had just bought what Buffett bought and then sold when Buffett sold, or when it was known that Buffett sold. You'd have done like 21% annualized return. Now, obviously, it's easy in hindsight to identify these great investors and then calculate, what it would have been, what it would have done to your portfolio to clone them. But it was compelling nonetheless. And during this 2012 lecture, during the Q&A session, someone asked him about, some question around starting a cloning fund. And Buffett actually pressed him to do it, to just start his own fund, to turn his brain off, identify the investors that he would build this cloned fund around in terms of which investors he would copy, and just do it, set it up the same way that Pabrai set it up, the same way that Buffett set up his original partnerships, where there's no fixed fee, and then the manager would keep 25% of any profits over 6% on an annual basis. And it just struck me that Pabrai was telling this student, who knew very little about investing, I'm sure, to just start his own fund. There's such power when you clone great ideas, both from how you set up the fund to, just kind of riding the coattails of these incredible investors. So anyway, I sent a note to get a little bit more information about, how I might structure an investment partnership like that. And he basically responded saying, you could post a message at Corner of Berkshire and Fairfax message board, and you will get lots of input. Okay. So, as I've been diving into Seritage growth properties over the last couple of weeks, since I found out that Pabrai made a $40 million bet on it, I've been thinking, okay, where can I go to really read some great write-ups from smart investors on this company? Of course, do my own research, digging into the annual and quarterly reports from Seritage. But it's really helpful to read kind of investment theses from other great investors when you're considering whether or not to buy a stock. So, obviously one resource I've mentioned before is Value Investors Club. It's been almost 2 years since there's been a write-up on Seritage in Value Investors Club. So, I'm really wanting something a little bit more current than that. And so there's a kind of on the message board at Corner of Berkshire and Fairfax, there's a stock ideas kind of section. And, there's some activity around Seritage growth properties as a stock idea. So, I've been combing that the last couple of days. And it's just a fantastic resource. I mean, a lot of these investors go to the Berkshire Hathaway annual meetings every year. They've consumed all of Buffett's material. They're really serious about value investing. And so it's a great place to go to ask questions. If you think you've got a solid kind of investment thesis on a company, one of the best ways to punch holes in your investment thesis or see where there might be weaknesses is to bounce it off other really smart investors. So, I'm really excited to be a part of that community, Corner of Berkshire and Fairfax. And I think it's going to help me put out even better content for you guys when I dive into a stock, when I do a deep dive. It's going to be one of the top resources that I utilize in order to just do a better job, a more thorough analysis of these businesses. So just wanted to give a shout out both to Mohnish for his generosity, to take the time as someone who's managing like $1 billion fund, to take the time to write me back is quite touching. And it's a real testament to the value investing community, the ethos within the value investing community of giving back and being open about, educating others, sharing, what we've learned. And I know, Warren Buffett is a huge proponent of that. Just so much value that he provides at each Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting. So it's nice to see Mohnish Pabrai kind of carrying that torch forward as well. So anyway, I'll post a picture of this letter with Mohnish's response in my community tab. I've been trying to really be active in the community tab, putting polls up and all that kind of stuff. So, let me know if you guys engage with that or, what kind of content you want to see in the community tab. Let me know in the comments and I will definitely incorporate that. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to give a shout out to Mohnish and this incredible resource, the Corner of Berkshire and Fairfax. And I'm curious, if you're already a member of the Corner of Berkshire and Fairfax, let me know that as well. I imagine with so many of you following Pabrai, there's a fair number of you who are already utilizing that resource. But I'm curious if you have been utilizing it, how it's been going for you, what kind of value you've gotten from it. And I think I'll leave it at that, guys. I will see you in the next video. Take care.